What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Party on Broad. Heading into week 4, Eagles training camp and preseason. We're talking top takeaways, reaction, and really looking ahead to the last preseason game for the Birds. Joining us, Ryan Reese at Philly Sports PSA. What's up, Ryan?
Not much. Ready for the preseason to be over and
Oh my God.
start playing some real games.
Amen, brother. Also joining us, Rob Langy at Philly_Madness. What's good, Rob?
I'm glad to be with you guys. It sounds like I didn't miss much Saturday when I was working, judging from the reaction you two gave. But was glad to see that Andrew Mukuba looks to have taken the lead in the safety race, and we'll see how that goes.
All right. Before we get into the Browns game, we have to touch on the John Metchie trade to the Birds. Metchie and a 2026 sixth-round pick from the Texans in exchange for tight end Harrison Bryant and a 2026 fifth-round pick. Rob, what was your initial reaction?
My initial reaction was, I mean, I'm not against it by any stretch of the imagination, but it's like, okay, this was not the position I expected them to be making a move in this close to the season. All things that you've heard is that Dotson's been decent enough in that third role. And then we've been talking about the Johnny Wilson and Nia Smith, Cooper, who's coming up for that fifth wide receiver spot. And lo and behold, Howie strikes. And I mean, look, this is a low risk, high reward move, right? You basically just flipped your picks back with Houston, and you traded a tight end that probably wasn't going to make the roster. So, I mean, I'm all for it. I love young, talented guys at the receiver position. See if maybe he can restrike something in his career. But I won't lie. I mean, there was part of me that was like, that's interesting. I'm not really sure what's happening here.
Ryan?
Yeah, I think that's a good first initial reaction. Is definitely like, well, definitely didn't see wide receiver wasn't on the bingo card there for positions for Howie, but. I've always liked Metchie. He had certainly a rough start to his career, obviously with an illness taking out his first year, and kind of some other things, emerging wide receivers, and just I think his time was over in Houston, and he gets a fresh start. He gets to be around some familiar Bama faces here in Philly, and as Rob said, for a guy that we weren't keeping anyway, so we give up a late round one pick one round. I'm perfectly fine with this, and if he can revitalize his career, awesome. And if not, it didn't cost us anything. Now, obviously, there are some other positions that we need to still talk about, but now that we have Metchie, and I think the question now is who is going to be that six wide receiver? Should we keep one?
Yeah, that is a great question. Who is kind of on the out? Is Howie looking to move John Dotson in another trade? Maybe he's got something else lined up. This could be a precursor. But Darius Cooper, Johnny Wilson, Nia Smith, can they keep 6 wide receivers? Probably 7. I,
Heard of?
I don't know, man. But I
I
like.
think I think what you
Go ahead.
saw, if if Dotson stays, I think what you saw was Anais Smith is odd man out right now. I know a lot of people don't really love Johnny Wilson, but Johnny Wilson does things that Nick Sirianni loves, right? The blocking wide receiver, all that kind of stuff. So I unfortunately think this means Anais, but there could be something with this Jahan Dotson thing. Are they looking to just, he's done after this year, contract's up. Do they have something in play for maybe another position of need, say cornerback? You never know.
Yeah, I like the move. I find it funny how he puts or he just doubles down on teammates throughout his tenure here. At least recently, you look at Smitty and Calcaterra. These are guys that played with Jalen Hurts in college. All the Georgia boys, Shipley and Trot Jr. playing together at Clemson. Ty Robinson and Cam Jurgens playing at Nebraska. I think he's a depth piece, Metchie, but I really like the move just for value's sake. I'm interested to see how he looks first because um, I'm not buying the hype just yet, but I think he could be a solid slot guy. Um, but at the end of the day, though, like that's kind of where I'm hoping Darius Cooper gets some opportunity down the road as well. So it's they didn't lose anything with this move. It's a really good buy low kind of deal. So I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll into Eagles versus Browns, and man, that was rough. That was rough. I was on the post game show with Eric, and whew, that was one hell of a game to get through. Let's talk winners and losers. Leading with winners, Drew Mukuba. Mukuba picked or took the ball from the Browns twice. His first takeaway was on a Dylan Gabriel pass in between two Browns receivers. Read the play, stepped in between, made the pick, returned it 75 yards for a touchdown. He also recovered a fumble. But I'm just so this was the guy. This was my top storyline last week, heading into this one, and he looks every bit like a playmaker. I'm excited to see what else he's got. In the nickel, in that role, in different situations. But Drew Mukuba, Rob, lead us off, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, the only thing I saw from the game was the Drew Mukuba highlights, and it was exciting to see, right? Because we talked about the secondary. Okay, we have one great corner. We don't know what we have on the other side. We have one solid safety. We don't know what we have on the other side. To shore up that safety position, if they can do it with Andrew Mukuba, that just fills in one of those holes that we really wanted to see filled in, and it makes me at least a little bit more okay that we still haven't figured out that second corner. Obviously, you want to figure that out soon, but 3/4 of your defensive backfield now looks like maybe we're setting that now, which is a positive thing to take out of this. And in what sounds like an otherwise horrible game to watch, which, by the way, I flipped in right at the very beginning and saw that Tanner McKee wasn't playing and was just like, I'm not watching this slop with Tanner McKee, the legend Tanner McKee. But I think that's great. And I mean, listen, I'm sure Mukuba's going to get some snaps in this third preseason game as a rookie, and I hope he just continues to grow. And I think Ryan said it last week, you're going to have to take the good with the bad with a young player like this, but I'd much rather get him rolling right off the bat than having to wait.
All right. Throw it to you, Ryan. Is Drew Mukuba your starter week 1?
Yeah, I think so. He showed me enough. He showed me that he understands, where he is. While yes, he certainly does have, a lot of room for growth, but the instincts are there, the ability is there. It's just the experience that is what's going to come, and the only way to get that is by putting him out there. Now, would I feel a whole heck of a lot better if we shore up the cornerback 2 spot, and then that could allow Mukuba to mature and to grow at his own pace. And I think that's so vital in letting a young player in the NFL figure himself out and at his own pace, at his own way. So, but I still feel a lot better. I think going into this game, I think corner and safety were two positions that I felt kind of meh about, and now I only feel meh about cornerback too. So that at least is one thing.
Also, John Campbell played really, really well. He had a sack on a blitz through the A gap. He made Zach Zinter look silly. The speed, the size, the guy is just so much fun to watch. The dude has so much juice. It's really fun to kind of envision what he could do in 2025. He needs to improve in his coverage and his technique, but man, this guy just screams like he's going to have monster games just on his physical tools alone as he kind of like catches up to the speed of the NFL. Ryan, like any quick reaction to Jahad Campbell?
Yeah, he instantly jumped off the page. I was there. Unfortunately, I was there Saturday, live and in person. With my son. And yeah, it was pretty much like the first play. He had a sack, and I was just like, "Oh, okay, Mike, snap." You could definitely tell he's got a little bit of the happy feet. Where he's just kind of trying to figure out his place. I think he's processing it, the game, very quickly. I just think his body isn't catching up just yet. So I think he's still trying to figure out his way there, and you can tell, there are moments where his body and his mind are in the same spot, and boom, he goes, and it's a play. So again, that'll certainly come. So I feel really good about him, for sure. And that's another beautiful thing is we could potentially be talking about yet another year of our first two draft picks
Crazy.
coming out and balling immediately. So yeah, absolutely, you gotta love it. So
The when you watch the game and you're watching the differences between a guy like Jeremiah Trotter Jr. versus a guy like Jahad Campbell, it's night and day. You just see it. Whereas, Trot Jr., love him, love the dude, but just a completely different tool set when
yeah,
it comes to Jahad Campbell, who you don't see guys that size move like that.
yeah,
And Trot Jr., phenomenal instincts, knows where to be, but let's be real, like he's mostly reactive. Some of the times, most of the times. Whereas Jahad Campbell, he's going to have some monster games. I don't know if Jahad Campbell's going to start week one, but he's going to play a lot, and I have a feeling that we're going to see him get really ramped up, and could be similar to something we saw with Jalix Hunt, something similar to we saw with Nolan Smith, where this guy gets unleashed during the second half of the season. Tons of upside. Rob, any thoughts on Jahad?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think he does start week one. I think the writing is now on the wall. On a defense that I thought was the most physically dominating defense last year, they might have just gotten even more physical because of this kid's style of play. He loves to throw his body around. I don't think he's here to be the best coverage linebacker in the world, right? He's here to wreak havoc in the run game, to come downhill, to be able to send on those. But I think reading something where at one point they they moved. I forget how they did it. They moved Jalen Carter out, and they had him rush on the outside, and they had another guy kind of do like a fake, and then that was the one. And Jahad Campbell just comes flying up the middle. That's this guy's physical presence is I'm going to say it again. I think the defense is going to be better this year. I
Wow.
know what they lost. I understand what people are saying, but depending on that second corner, right, which we're all obviously that's the elephant in the room. Every other position, I just think that they're younger, they're quicker, they're more physical, and they pride themselves like the old Eagles defenses on being the stronger, more powerful dudes on the field.
Yeah. Well said. Another winner, Aziz Ojolari, I guess. I mean, he's a guy that really has shown you absolutely nothing. It was good to see him get a sack, get a couple pressures. He was the highest paid outside acquisition during the offseason, so really good to see him. You could maybe make a case that Jacorian Bennett was a winner just by default. The fact that Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson have been playing underperforming so much, and Jacorian Bennett made a nice play in coverage against the Browns. So maybe there's that. Maybe you could even say Mac McWilliams, who's playing a lot more outside now and has
yeah.
been impressing. So this entire CB2 situation, we'll get to losers in just a moment. But anybody else have any other winners from the Browns game?
Mm.
Tanner
Fans that
McKee?
it's over.
Tanner
Yeah.
McKee because of DTR and McCord looking so bad. All right, let's roll on to losers. For me, it's got to be the Eagles fans. I'm sorry, Ryan. The
Yeah.
loser is us because 88 yards, 8 first downs, 7 punts on 44 plays. The Eagles as a team were just horrendous. I was getting flashbacks of Clayton Thorson and Midnight Green out there throughout the second half. And I'm someone who loves to watch backups. I live and die the summer league in the NBA. Like, I love this stuff.
Sure
I
do.
couldn't get through the second half. It was rough. It was rough. And there was a low light of DTR bobbling the snap and leading to a pick six. There's another play where AJ Dillon caught a ball that was like 14 yards behind the line of scrimmage. What are you doing, man? Like, that was so dumb. Vic Fangio's defense was less than inspiring. The coverages by the defensive backs was too soft, leading to Dylan Gabriel picking them apart with short passes all game long on offense. They were clearly trying to run the football, but the overall performance from the O-line and the quarterbacks was so downright bad that it gave the exciting part of our roster, the wide receiver depth, zero opportunity to make plays. It was just hideous football from top to bottom. Ryan, did you have a loser?
Yeah, geez, where to begin? Yeah, it was just an ugly game. I mean, yeah, the quarterbacks, wide receivers. Unfortunately, oh wow, that's a lot.
I've never seen a comment where it literally cuts off.
Yeah, now we know there is a limit, folks.
Yeah, that's a first.
Yeah, it was just an ugly game, honestly. And listen, um, this is what's going to happen when you're mostly third stringers, for sure. But um, yeah, it's just unfortunate. But yeah, Tanner McKee can certainly sleep sound knowing that he'll be a Philadelphia Eagle all year, because there's no in hell they're gonna. Again, I know that the trade rumors are certainly mostly by national, or I should say local radio. But that'll never happen now. They can't afford to trade him away.
Yep. We have a comment here from Ryan. Eagles need a veteran safety to start beside Reed Blankenship. Do you guys agree Justin Simmons is not the answer? Slowly have Mukuba and Sidney work into being a starter. I would go personally cornerback and edge as my top two positions of need. That's just me personally. But another loser has to be DTR and Kyle McCord. I'll just kind of piggyback off of what I started with. DTR was awful. He was straight awful. 5 of 8 passing, 17 yards. He had an awful pick six. McCord wasn't any better. 8 of 16 passing, 47 yards and a touchdown. Didn't throw the ball well. And like I said, you can make an argument that Tanner McKee was the biggest winner because there's such a gap between these guys, and Tanner McKee is not going anywhere. He is going to be a vital part for the Philadelphia Eagles. Daniel chimes in, underrated winners, Darius Cooper and Kyle Granson. Darius Cooper didn't have an opportunity to make plays against the Browns, but I don't know what Kyle Granson is, and I struggle with him as a third tight end, and Ryan, we'll be talking about tight ends right after this show. But my goodness, like, they need a run blocker as a tight end to fill in there, and Kyle Granson is not that. Rob, any losers you want to say from the Browns game?
Yeah, you guys for having to watch it. I think I was one of the winners for not having to watch it, actually.
Yeah, it was really. I mean, yeah. Just to pick one more time, the Eagles' O-line was terrible. Absolute. Matt Pryor really struggled. Kendall Lamb really struggled. Miles Hinton, he is not ready. He is so raw, and I think he's got a lot of upside. But for the most part, that dude looks completely lost. The only exciting part about the O-line against the Browns was Drew Kendall getting some snaps at left guard, maybe something to monitor going forward. I'm pretty sure that's the first time we saw that go down. But Ryan, do you have any other losers before we get into the 5-pack?
Nah, not really.
Travis says, any idea on potential edge players Howie could be targeting via trade. It's not going to be Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. I don't know. It's got to be one of those like buy low kind of guys. That's been the theme of the offseason.
Yeah, it'll
They're
be
not gonna
somebody. Yeah, it'll be somebody that nobody even saw coming, and Howie will somehow have figured out that, on the low that this team was, looking to move off of, and Howie just knows these things. So
Yeah, that Howie's MO this offseason is very clear. It's stacking the deck for upcoming contracts in the near future. And that's what we have seen with the additions this offseason. Daniel says Darius Cooper was a winner because he literally didn't play against the Browns. He did play. I think he played like 30-some snaps. And that's a dead giveaway of how impactful the wide receiver room was. Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo are both losers. Agreed. Jackson just didn't challenge anyone. They were playing so soft, and it was really difficult to watch. I think Jackson is almost a guy that could get cut from this roster, and Keely Ringo is not ready. I still think there's some chance he could be a guy down the road, but like I said, Jacorian Bennett, I think, has to be your guy at CB2 right now, with Mac McWilliams getting an opportunity in the near future at this point. I wouldn't be shocked if Howie's looking to make another move. Wow, that ball is jacked. Who just hit that? Is that Harper? Wow, Harper just crushed one.
nice.
Oh, man, upper deck homer for Harper
Is
here.
Wawa reheating up his Wawa pizza?
I'm sure that's exactly what he's doing. Any other final? Oh, Ken Jackson. What'd you get, Rob?
Pure perfection. This is loaded hot pizza. Loaded tots.
Loaded hot pizza?
I feel like I got heartburn just listening to that.
100%. I just felt it right here. Felt it right here.
Oh my
wow.
God.
Jesus,
Guys, holy hell, guys. Wow. That bite was exquisite. Exquisite.
No, I could feel the arteries
Was it
clogging.
from Wawa?
No. This is from one of my local pizza spots.
So what is I assume it's obviously filled with tater tots that are covered in cheese, bacon.
What I did was I kept the tater tots, cheese, and some mild hot sauce, like wing sauce.
Okay.
Oh. And then it's got the shredded mozzarella on it. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
There you go.
Oh, he meant Bennett. Can Bennett tackle? He's not a good tackler.
No.
Not a good tackler. No.
Yes.
I think he's the best of the situation you're in. All right. Any other thoughts on the Browns game before we get to Eagles 5-pack?
No, I just. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rob. What were you saying?
I said, let's get the 5-pack, baby.
I was just gonna say, I look forward to the future Rob, cooking show that coming to a podcast near you.
Eating show.
Eating show. Sorry, my bad. You're right. I should not have assumed.
All right, Ryan, you're first up, man. There we go. Let's get in the 5-pack. I'm gonna have to make like a little intro for this segment.
You really should, just like a cheesy, a little.
Exactly. I love it.
Not like 5-second little soundbite. Let's do it.
I need like someone to do like a voiceover. And now, Eagles 5-pack sponsored by. All right, let's roll into Ryan's 5-pack for tonight. Ryan, rank these Eagles positions of need 1 through 5 without knowing the next one.
Oh boy!
Now that we're post 2 preseason games here, edge rusher.
I'll say 2.
Okay. Tight end.
I feel like that's always high on my list. So I'll say a 3 there.
Yeah, got got 1, 4, and 5.
You wanted to
left.
say one so bad.
I know, but I can't, obviously.
Yeah.
Cornerback.
Yeah, that's number one.
Number 1.
Easy number one.
You got 4 and 5 left. Defensive tackle.
I feel like I can't really lose this one either way, so I'll say 4 just in case you say something weird.
All right, so your least important position is safety. That's fascinating, given where we were like a month ago.
Yeah, it is fascinating, but like I said, I feel a whole lot better. Mukuba's, healthy. He was out there. He was balling out. And listen, while I may have constantly wanted better than Reed Blankenship, he has slowly but surely kind of worked his way into my hearts, and he's very capable safety.
All right, Rob, you're up, man.
All righty.
Rank these Eagles players 1 through 5 in terms of most likely to be CB2 in week 1.
Oh boy,
Tough one.
that is a tough one.
Keely Ringo.
Putting Keely at 4. I think he's
Wow.
Yeah.
Ow.
Man, he is falling like a rock.
I think Keely, from things I've read from reporters, were like heavy on the Keely train, and they're just like everyone's a bandit. He's not at all what he needs to do. I think, right?
Yeah.
All right. Adoree Jackson.
I'll put Adoree Jackson at 2 right now.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm going to put him that high is because I don't know if they're going to make another move. Like, they traded for Jacorian Bennett. Like, we could all want them to trade for another corner, but I don't know if that's in how he's already technically made a move for a corner.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. All right. Jacorian Bennett.
I'm going to give him the number 1. I think Dives, you said it the right way. I think Jacorian Bennett became a winner by default on Saturday. And I think right now he's the leader in the clubhouse. Like I said, it could still go to Adoree because of the veteran and all that kind of stuff. But I think Jacorian Bennett is right now going to be your starter at that CB2.
Okay. Mac McWilliams.
Listen, there's a lot of good talk about Mac McWilliams, but I would be astonished if Mac McWilliams is your starter. I have no idea who else is going to be on this list, but I'll still put Mac McWilliams just because I don't think he's ready to do it down at 5.
All right. Which one are we missing? I already lost track.
A guy not on the roster.
Yeah,
That's literally so. That's the next one. Player not.
Yeah, number 3.
And
Number
I'll
3.
put that at 3. And that's why I left that open, because if that's the one, I put that at 3, because if Howie makes a move, and he would start. But
Yep.
So I like that list.
We're not talking about.
Get that crap out of here, pumper.
All right, Ryan, you're up. Ready?
All right, let's do this.
All right. What's up, Krabby? All right.
Hey.
Ryan, rank these Philadelphia icons 1 through 5 without knowing the next one.
Philly icons. Okay.
All right. Julius Irving.
Oh. Love me some Dr. J, but man, I have zero idea of where you are going to go with this. So I will play it safe, and I'll say number 3.
All right. Allen Iverson.
Son of a bitch. Has to be number 2.
All right. 2 and 3 are off the board. Chase Utley.
Oh,
That's painful.
that is painful. I'd have him. I'd have him probably number 3. But I'll say number 4.
All right. So you got 1 and 5 left.
Yeah.
Brian Dawkins.
Number 1.
Brian Westbrook.
Number 5.
All right. All right.
That played out perfectly
I went
outside of the
pretty
Ali and
well.
Dr.
Yeah. Ali and Dr. J could have been flip flop, but again, also I'm not old enough to kind of really appreciate what Dr. J meant for this city.
That's a great
So
point. That's a great point.
so yeah, I'm pretty good with that list, honestly. Yeah, I'm glad the way
Yeah.
that played out.
All right, Rob, you're up. Ready?
Yeah.
Rank these Philadelphia icons 1 through 5 without knowing the next one. Jalen Hurts.
Oh my God. Why he gets the stars of the past? I gotta. You suck. Because I just have a feeling you're gonna put somebody else that I'm gonna want to put at that spot. So I will give Jalen 2.
Okay. Bryce Harper.
And the man just hit a home run. Come on.
I love my dude. I love my dude, Bryce. I really do. I know they haven't won anything yet, but the way Bryce attached himself to this city from like the word go, I got it. Oh, God. Who else should be on this list? That's where my head's going is like, who else is on this list? Oh, I know who could be on this list. Yeah, but he'd be a better 3. I'll go Bryce 1. I'll go Bryce 1.
Whoa!
Okay.
I'll go Bryce 1. I love who Bryce Harper is to Philadelphia.
I feel like that's disrespectful to Hurts.
There's
All
a
right.
whole thing that goes into being an icon.
Championships.
Yeah, I kind of right there with Ryan.
I can see the argument. I'm not against it.
All right. 1 and 2 are off the board. Jason Kelsey.
You done messed up, AA Ron.
I need a bite of pizza for that.
Eating with Rob coming soon.
I done really messed up on this one. Because I'm going to have to what's going to happen here is I'm going to have to put people 4 and 5 that don't belong at 4 and 5.
You're right. I can't wait.
But I'm also at a point where there's only 5 names, so someone has to go there. So,
I hope
he's got to go to.
I hope he played. I hope Dives played this right, and held some studs here at these last 2.
We'll see. All right. So where are you putting?
Kelsey, I'll put a 3. I'll put
All right. So
Kelsey
you got
3.
4 and 5 left.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Barkley.
I like Charles. I think Charles is hysterical. But in terms of ranking them as Philly icons, I feel like whoever you still have remaining is going to be someone I'd rather have as a Philly icon than Charles. So I'll put Charles at 5 in that sense.
Oh, okay.
Krabby says, geezers like me remember Dr. J, an artist and badass on the court. I love it.
Was he a fine gentleman off the court, though?
I don't know.
Or was he a huge womanizer? Because that's what I've heard.
Hey, you say that like that's a negative thing.
He was married.
All right, Rob, your last one, Lane Johnson.
Oh.
I'm glad I put Charles at 5. Let's just put it that way. I'm glad I put Charles at 5. I will put Lane at 4. Look, somebody was going to get upset at this one. Somebody was going to get upset.
I was really hoping you were going to say somebody like Nick Foles. and then
Which I would have been fine putting Nick Foles at 4.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, you wow.
All right, let's wrap this up, guys. Thank you everyone for watching, for commenting. Ryan, final thoughts?
Yeah, listen, I'm preseason. I'm ready for it to be over. Let's get this done. Let's start cutting some sons of bitches, and let Howie do his magic. Let Howie pick people up off the trash heap that other dumb GMs are gonna let us have, and I still feel like there's a Howie fleece still left for this offseason. So let Howie do his magic. We'll be fine. No worries. I'm very confident here.
That's a falsity, Abby. That might be the falsest statement ever stated on this show.
True.
That's falser. That's more false than
Falser.
me saying Devin White was going to be good.
Yeah, that's definitely falser.
Yeah. Or more
This comment is spot on. If I never have to see DTR or Kyle play quarterback again, it would be cool.
It would
I'm
be
already
very cool.
dreading the third preseason game.
Yeah.
I'm legit dreading it. It's
No,
gonna
I'm
be so
definitely not watching it.
rough. I don't know if I can get through it 4 quarters of that because that was rough. And my final thought is just punt the NFL preseason. What are we doing here? I'm so done with it. Punt it to the moon. Rob, final thoughts?
Yeah, I don't really care about this next game. I am ready for week 1. I'm ready for Thursday night football against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm ready to see a banner drop. And yeah, man, let's get rolling.
Oh,
Go ahead.
just one more thing. I just want to say a shout out to my son who turned 9 today. Happy birthday, Ronan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Any quick reaction to Donkey Kong?
It's good. I'm quite literally.
Oh my God.
I'm still figuring out. I'm very new to the Nintendo. I haven't had a Nintendo since the 64. So,
Okay. Wow.
it's a learning curve. I'm not really sure how everything works, but I'm working my way through it. Donkey Kong seems fun, although it is just literally smashing a bunch of crap. But yeah, we'll get there.
All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Stay tuned. Right after this, we're talking college football and an Eagles 3-round mock draft. One last time.
I'm out.
Rob says I'm out. He is at Philly_madness. He is Ryan at Philly Sports PSA. I'm Dobbs, Mr. Crockpot. For Ryan, for Rob, for myself. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome.